And we're back. Where was I? Beginning of living in a van. Exploded bubbly. Just a little bit bloody. Oh, freeze warning. That's a big ice chunk. Jewel. How'd that get there?
It's a long story.
What do you guys think about that? Cool. By the time spring came around, we had pretty much finished everything in the van. Look, Rocky's using a slide-out food tray. Ta-da! Like the little details were done, I had painted, all the cabinets were in there. I had started to put like the air plant holders in there and my like toiletry rack. The little things that made it more of like a home. As you can see, Archer's getting pretty comfortable. Rocky's getting pretty fat. Things are coming together in here. Also during that time, we launched the Instagram for DogCatManVan. And in my head, I was like, oh, people are gonna follow this. It's gonna be cool and interesting. Nobody gave a shit. Archer wedged himself into the front, the engine. So we're trying to get him out.
Oh my God, there's Archer and there's Ben.
Go. Go. And then I was like, you know what? I gotta get a clickbaity thing. So I thought, well, my dad makes cannons. I'm gonna shoot a cannon out of the van. It'll be funny. So I shot a cannon out of the van.
Fingers hurt.
You're walking a dog.
We're running out of daylight. Sun's going down, but we might be able to get one good shot. So we're just gonna set up, put it in there, and blast off, hopefully, right? I don't know. Try.
Or put that cap in there, get everybody in place.
Deep! Man, do not blow up in my face.
No.
Are you ready?
Yep.
And fire. Okay, I think we can do another. How long will it take to load it back up?
Not long.
Wait, should I still be recording?
No.
And this one's gonna be louder too.
Maybe I'll go sit on the bed this time. Fire. Whoa. Whoa. It's way louder right here. Holy shit. Cool. Explain why that we have a cannon.
It was a challenge. I'm a machinist. The guy asked, said, I bet you can't make a cannon out of this old scrap stuff with that old machinery. And I said, well, you know what, son? Yeah, that's a challenge. I got enough scrap to make 3 of them, so I did. Now I have 2 of the cannons. The other one I gave away to the guy as a challenge. And hopefully I'm gonna sell one of them.
So these cannons, what are we shooting out of them?
A pool ball fits in there perfectly for target practice. And this time we just shot a wad of sawdust and tin foil.
So we didn't shoot anything real out of that. It's this. It's a foil ball filled with gunpowder. You poke a little hole in it. It's a charge capsule, and a hammer comes down on it and hits it just like with a bullet, and then ignites this, and we shot a bunch of smoke out with some foil. No harm done, just a loud bang, a little fire, and some smoke. Posted that, and no one really cared. Didn't get like a cool clickbaity thing. I don't know, I'm still trying to get reposted. I guess I have to get naked, or, you know, maybe I can take sexier photos. Lip thing, tongue. Underwear sponsors. I do fucking need underwear. I keep blowing holes in them, so. While all this stuff's happening, we also travel out to LA. I had to put my focus to the shoe company. Did you ever see Malibu's Most Wanted? Traffic, looking for my chapstick. There's a Ford Maverick. Because I wanted to film with Alf, who is our shoe designer. We're on our way to meet up with Alfonso Rawls. We're gonna discuss the shoes and the designs. If we're lucky, we might be able to cram his size 12 foot into our size 9 shoe. You know, test the shoes out, get some footage with him, which was a ton of fun, and I haven't used that footage yet. That stuff's coming. I am gonna piss my pants though. I might have to do that. By that time, I ended up going part-time with Bayonet. Today is kind of like my first day of being part-time now. So I'm here in the van eating some breakfast. Then I'm gonna probably shoot some emails out, make sure the revisions for the shoes are ready, do some social media things. I do have a phone call at 1 with our agent Tony, but before that I might go skating or something, because I can now. I have the time to do that. Maybe take Rocky here on a walk. Right, walk?
Or you can press B for the back tool. So now I click here, I click drag.
Don't you get in that water. That meant I'd have more time to work on the shoes, test them out, so I'd skate and stuff. But right off the bat, I rolled my ankle. So, it's been, I think, 3 weeks now of part-time. I've been spending more time skating because I need to test the shoes out as much as I can. Well, yesterday morning when I went, I rolled my ankle really bad, and I now cannot walk. I can kind of show you what it looks like, but you can kind of see there's some discoloration forming. It's extremely swollen. I don't know if you can tell on camera. The doctor said that I need to wait at least 72 hours before I do any type of weight on it. Having a sprained ankle where you couldn't put any weight on it meant I only had one leg to hobble around in a van. And I mean, I still had to clean the van, fill the water up so I could shower in the van. That was interesting. But I think I filmed myself trying to like clean the van out with one leg and do laundry and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And it was only about 1 week, maybe 2 weeks where I had to stay on one leg. And then eventually I was on two. But crutching around and stuff like that was not easy in such a small space. All right, it's been 1 week. I can walk now. The blood has dispersed, and so you can kind of like see my foot is a lot thinner. There's purple in my toes. The bottom of the ankle, the color is coming back to it, and same with the other side. We just have a couple spots where it's hanging out. Look at this loaf. Also during the spring, I kind of skipped a little bit. Kyle decided it was time to move. He got a better job offer, and Kyle's the guy who helped me build the van out, and he also is my shoe business partner.
Hello!
He got a good job offer in Colorado, and so before he moved, we finally got to take a trip together in the van, so we got to stay and see what it was like. And he brought Pete. This guy right here. And he sheds a lot. But the trip was to Red River Gorge. We were going to take a little climbing trip and be a part of this van dwelling life series pilot pitch episode a friend of ours was putting together. So we went out there, they interviewed me, took a little tour of the van, and then Kyle and I went climbing.
Archer's on the loose.
You know, it rained a bit, we got really muddy, the dogs got filthy, but we eventually found a sweet spot and we got to climb and had some fun. Nice clip. Man, this helmet. I feel like Mr. Magoo. I'm hitting my head everywhere. That'll be a separate episode. I don't know when it's gonna come out, but it'll eventually come out. Then it was summer. I had some issues with the van breaking down, and it wasn't like crazy breakdowns. It ended up being a hub bearing in the rear.
I wonder if you can hear that. We're on our way to the Champion Jeep Dodge, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. So I'm all packed up and ready to go.
It just went bad, but it made me homeless, I guess. When the van breaks down and you need someone else to work on it, you need to find a shop that'll do it in a timely fashion, but they need to check it out, diagnose the issue, see if, you know, if you have a protection plan or an insurance plan, if they'll cover it, and then they'll work on it. Now, my protection plan covered this hub. It took about a week. Luckily, Joe was able to let me use his spare vehicle, and my buddy Alex allowed me to stay with the pets at his place.
We're on our way to grab some supplies from the office and then heading to Alex's. There he is.
And he really likes Archer, and I used to live with him, so it wasn't a big deal. And plus, he doesn't even sleep in his bed, he just sleeps on the couch, so I just took his bed and stayed there.
Anyways, I've been at Alex's since Thursday, so it's the last day. Hopefully I'll be here. The van is supposed to be done sometime this evening or afternoon. Yeah, so far it worked out. Hopefully the van's fixed.
But it's kind of a pain in the ass. You gotta move everything out of the van that you need, pack it up, and stay at someone else's place with your pets for however long they're gonna have your vehicle.
Alex just took me to go snag it. It took a full week. It is now the following Thursday. And sounds good though. I had no more wobble, no more brakes going so it's good to have my home back. It's good to be home. Nailed it. Good to be van. It's good to be van.
So living in a van during the summer, it sucks, especially in Indiana. It's rough. Parking in the shade does wonders, it really does. But when it's humid, it's still rough. Now you can run the fans and open the windows and it'll get a good circulation going. And so I was really concerned with having Archer in there during the day while I was at work. But parking in the shade and running the fans, keeping water in there and having a little plug-in fan, he was able to be all right and stay cool.
All right, so when I go to work and I have to leave Archer in the van when it's the hot summer and it's like low 90s, what I do is keep these guys right about there, cracked. So I crack the front windows and then I set the fans to exhaust so that air is being circulated from those front windows up and out. And I also set the bedroom one to exhaust. And then I crack the back windows like so. And then Archer hangs out right here in the breeze. And it keeps it decently cool in here. If he's like laying right on the window there like that, it's nice, cool breeze coming through the whole time. And then the fans just run while I'm at work, and then at lunch I'll come out here and check on them. And if it's really hot, I'll also run this little USB fan down on the ground to keep that air down there moving too. And that's where I parked the van, under this bridge to keep it in the shade, which you may have seen in other videos.
When it was mid to high 90s, I would leave the van at Joe's, plugged into the AC, parked in the shade with the internal fan running to circulate the air in there, because at that point it's just too hot to leave the cat in there. Now Rocky doesn't stay in there during the day. He goes to work with me.
Go.
And sometimes I'm able to take the van with me to the chutes so I can go in there, check on them, let them out, keep them in the shade, yada yada. But a lot of the times I'll keep the van parked at Joe's. He'll have somebody, or he himself will let the dog out and make sure he's okay, and I keep the AC running. Now I know a lot of people don't have that option. I'm lucky enough to have that option, and that's why I was able to make the summer work with living in a van. But I didn't move into the van without knowing I'd have a backup plan like that. The AC is still a work in progress.
All right, so when it's hot out and it's the middle of the summer, or whenever the hell it is, this is what I do to keep the van cool. Plug into shore power. Turn the AC unit on. Turn the little computer fans on underneath it to then intake more air. Make sure that these vents are pushed up. Little USB fan. Point it up and back toward the bed to shoot air toward the bedroom. I then take my keys that I did something with. Start the van. Blast cold air. Air out. Air out.
The Max Air fan's on exhaust mode, so it's pulling all that hot air up and the cool air up. So I have that all circulating for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then it starts to feel cool in there. I close those top fans, I let it run for another 5 minutes, then I kill the van, and then it's nice and cool in there. And that's how I've been surviving throughout the summer.
And then just this little guy runs. Right, Rock?
And some of the nights were really hot in the 90s, and when it was like that, I didn't sleep up in the bed area. I just pulled the spare bed out and I'd sleep there since it's lower to the ground and it was cooler lower to the ground.
Rocky likes to be right where the fan hits on the pillow cushion or the couch cushion pad I make him. And tonight we're watching The Good Place.
Well, maybe accountants have that information, but I did install cameras and microphones, so at least we can keep our eye on them.
And then Rocky would sleep beside me and Archer would sleep in one of the chairs. But that's how we did it. That's how we survived the summer. Some other things that happened, I mean, the summer went by super fast. You know, we did have a fun little trip in there for the Krusty Crusaders channel, which is something else that we've been doing. We haven't cut that together yet. We have our old trip in there that was like 2 years ago. That's up there. We filmed a new trip, and that was when it was the hottest during the summer, so the pets were with my mom and aunt, and we were out on mopeds and mini bikes.
Yeah, the roads we're riding on today are pretty bad.
You guys should check that out when it finally comes out. And then working part-time was nice. It allowed me to focus on the shoes, shoot all the marketing material, which was insane.
That was fun.
We're gonna launch those for the Christmas season. So I've been lucky enough to have a great support system, family and friends to help me out to get to the point that we're at now. It costs a lot of money to start a shoe company. So now I am massively in debt. I've taken a large risk, put myself in the hole, and so living in a van has afforded me the ability to take my extra money, go part-time, and still stay alive. And I'm still living a decent life. Like, I feed myself okay, and I have a gym membership, you know, so I can exercise and climb still. But, you know, it's tight. It's a tight budget, but that's the reason why I'm not out traveling and eating mangoes and papayas and filming monkeys. People do that. That's why I'm still in Indiana, and that's why I still have a job and I'm grounded. It's because I have to pay off this massive amount of debt. So if I don't end up selling these shoes, I'm fucked. No more DogCatManVan. Bye-bye, Van. I'm gonna have to sell it to be able to pay these debts back. And then over the summer, we launched the...
So, this is officially the beginning of living in a van.
The actual DogCatManVan series, which was a lot of work. I was able to work out a deal with Bayonet, which is the company I work for, and I get to use the editors at work to help me out. I do a portion of it and they do a portion of it. And at first, like, nobody was watching, like all things, but then people started to watch it. And people are subscribing, which is super exciting. I didn't expect anyone to actually give a shit. So thank you for watching, and I hope you guys keep watching. And that's really it. That's a year. I didn't know how it was gonna go. Everybody doubted it. They were like, you're gonna live in this van full time for a full year. I know it's not the cool, picturesque, mountain traveling year. It's literally just not living in a home, parked in somebody's driveway, living in a van. But I did go through all the seasons. I really did live in the van full time, experiencing the hot humidity.
It's hot in here.
And the freezing cold.
So my water is frozen.
And I made it. Now it's time to do it again. Try to do it better. Try not to kill my batteries. Try to keep my water from freezing and do things more efficiently. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see if the shoes sell. I'm not excited to find out that they don't and then have to sell my life away and work until I die to pay my debt off, but that's all part of it. This was part of the reason why I started living in a van. So that's where I'm at, and we'll see what happens. I guess you guys will find out if I end up being this homeless loser or stay a van owning loser. Maybe I can start making some t-shirts or stickers or mugs or patches, little things like that that you guys might want to buy. Hats, boxer briefs, what'd you say? Keychains. That's lame. For your keys. Very nice. Stay tuned for more content. And yeah, click like, click subscribe. You know, share it with your friends. Start your own van thing. I don't know. See ya. See ya. See ya. Yeah, we're gonna go climb now. Bye.